For more on this, Ellen Wald joins us now from Jacksonville, Florida. She's the president of the energy consulting firm Transversal and wrote the book Saudi Inc. Welcome back to the program, Ellen. Now that Saudi Aramco's prospectus is finally out there, what more have we learned about the oil giant?
Well, we're actually learning more every day as new information comes out. We are learning more about the risks associated with this IPO, and basically, it all seems to really boil down to the fact that this is an oil company that is owned by the Saudi government, which is really the last powerful absolute monarchy in the world, and so there really is very little in terms of rule of law and security for potential investors in this IPO because the IPO is really being run not so much by the company but by the government, and it's really their standards and their ideas that are being pushed here.
Do you think any of those concerns will have a significant impact on the appetite for shares if and when they finally do list on the stock exchange there?
Well, I think we're seeing a wide variety of concerns expressed by potential big institutional investors. We haven't really seen these concerns expressed by retail investors. Keep in mind, only Saudi nationals can invest in retail, can be retail investors in this IPO. But we are seeing a wide range of concerns, including the fact that oil companies are seen as kind of a passe investment here. That oil demand is expected to peak at some point, perhaps 2035, perhaps sooner, perhaps later. But the idea is that with other technologies taking up more of the market share, that there are risks associated with investing in an oil company. That's debatable, but that's certainly something that's being expressed. But other issues have to do with the fact that the Saudi government can really take whatever dividend it wants. There's no protections for any other kinds of shareholders. Other shareholders won't have any say in the company and in any of the decisions that are made. And so I think that we are seeing reticence by some institutional investors in jumping in, particularly jumping in at the IPO point. That's another issue, has to do with the valuation that the Saudi government wants to get and whether they will actually manage to get that high. There is a sense that perhaps getting in at the IPO, you'll find shares start to drop as soon as trading hits the market, and that's not something that investors want. They want to get in at a lower point and sell when it's higher. And so these are all big concerns that we're seeing expressed during this kind of a book building period.
I'd like to pick up on your point about the concerns about oil demand, because in this prospectus, Saudi Aramco has admitted that from its analysis, it warns that global oil demand may peak within the next 20 years. It's not a long time. And of course, they're obliged to, disclose these sort of things in a prospectus. But do you think that might impact the demand for shares?
Well, here's the interesting thing. First of all, we have to understand that this is a forecast, and every institution that's out there that's interested in this has their own forecasts, and they may trust their own forecast more than Saudi Aramco's forecast. But here's what I think is most interesting about this particular risk disclosure by Aramco, and that's that they're saying, look, even if oil demand does peak in 2035, we're the lowest cost producer, which means that they will be able to take more of the available market share because higher cost producers are going to be completely priced out of a market. And it will enable them to actually grow their market share. And that, I think, is a very compelling analysis.
Okay, let's keep an eye on the details as they come out. We still don't know what date they plan to list on the local stock exchange there, but hopefully we can chat some more. Ellen, thank you again for your analysis as always.